Hello, everybody. I am so sorry, but I am feeling like absolute dog shit. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not excited to make this, but I think it's important. And plus, I didn't get to do a radio show today, so we're going to play this shit. All right. Kanye West. Kanye West is a person. And I wanted to go over the timeline of what has happened so far. Let's just get into it, alright? And my Steam Deck's not working. And my Stream Deck's not working, so that's fucking great. I just paid $100 for this piece of shit. God, oh God, it was garbage. Alright, so we start 3 weeks ago when with Kanye West hung out with known grifter and Uncle Tom, Candace Owens, wearing White Lives Matter t-shirts, and then posted on his Instagram. Everyone knows that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome. Ouch. You can have whatever criticism. You know what? Which brings us to Charlemagne the God. This is a video from when I covered it back at the top of the month. I'm just going to let this video play because, frankly, the words of Charlemagne the God kind of reflect everything that I could possibly say in this scenario.
Talking about him and his fashion show, he knows exactly what he's doing, and people fall for it every time. And I've said this a million times, and every time I say it, folks call me a hater. But the reality is, there's not too many people in the world who openly seek white validation like Kanye West. And whenever he's going through something, whenever it's beef with a corporation, beef with his ex-wife, he becomes so pro-black. But when he's up and things are fine, it's slavery was a choice. Black people focus on race too much. And when he's in these circles like he was in Paris at that fashion show, it's White Lives Matter. Kanye West loves white validation. He longs for it. And it amazes me that folks let what they already know make them mad.
He also posted in his story, everyone knows that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome.
Regardless of how you feel about the organization, the statement Black Lives Matter is essential to living in this country, because we have to constantly remind America that black lives indeed do matter, because they show us at every waking moment that they don't.
So that is that's the gist of it. But unfortunately, things continued. Kanye West then decided to go to Twitter and say, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, where he meant to say DEFCON here, but he probably used Google Voice to text, and it reconnected, and it autocorrected because Google sucks. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. Alright, so we're just going into straight Jewish question bullshit here, without specifying what reviews are addressing, blah yada yada. And so that was that was the same week, around the 10th of October. From there, he immediately begins to lose ground. People are criticizing him left and right, rightfully so, because he said some dumbass alt-right bullshit, dog whistles, as it were. Just to quickly give a summation, the reason why that's anti-Semitic is because very few Jewish people actually own a lot of shit. Very few Jewish people compared to the population of Jewish people are in a lot of positions of power. When you look at compared to say people who identify as Christian, very, very different numbers. But yet Jewish people are said that they own everything. And the reason they do that is because white supremacists and right-wing dumbasses who are looking to scapegoat people will say that Jewish people do all these things to foster hate and resentment towards an entire group of people, most of which are not anywhere near wealthy, instead of doing what we should be doing is, being angry at all rich people, regardless of culture or denomination. It got so bad that the person who was printing the t-shirts bailed on Kanye because like, I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole, rightly so. And Kanye's PR team started giving out the White Lives Matter shirts that already existed to the homeless population of Skid Row, the poorest and most destitute neighborhood in Los Angeles. Now, I want to circle back, and I want to do a brief deviation. I promise it is related. I want to talk about Parler. You know, this was the platform that a lot of conservatives were on planning the January 6th attack last year in January. It is very, and the platform has been dying ever since, simply because the owner of it and the owners of it have said point blank, we are not going to censor anybody, and that flies in the face of both Google and Apple's privacy policies. And as a result, they got booted off the stores. I'm impressed that the platform is still treading water to this day, given it's become a honeypot for FBI anti-domestic terrorist units looking to get some easy victories. Well, why am I talking about it? Well, guess who Candace Owens' husband is? You're right, it's the white boy that owns Parler. And guess who just bought Parler from Candace Owens' husband? I have a lot of nasty things to say about Candace Owens, about how she's a grifter, about how she's morally bankrupt, about how she's a liar, a cheat, and Uncle Tom. But I gotta give respect is due. This woman hustled a mentally ill man out of tens of millions of dollars and saved her husband's ass from a failing financial venture. So he buys Parler. This is after getting banned from both Instagram and Twitter for his anti-Semitic and racist bullshit. And then proceeds to go on a podcast where he blames Jewish Zionists for paparazzi, pulled shows, and taking pictures of his ex-wife, who he is mauling over still, fucking Pete Davidson. He brought it up unprompted, even when talking about what was his name, George Clinton, the pedo one. And goes on to talk about like the Jewish media and all these things. And I want to remind everybody what I said earlier about when I was talking about the Jewish people and that most Jewish people, the vast majority of which are not rich by any stretch of the imagination. They make up a small percentage of the 1%, the 1% being the people that are actually fucking us. But you lump all Jewish people within that, and your end result is essentially, you associate Jew with the people keeping you down instead of the rich people who it actually is. And then from there, the podcast they were on, called Drink Champs, has since said we're not even gonna put the episode up because it was that bad. There are plenty of versions you can find online. It's definitely a interesting watch, to be putting it overwhelmingly generous. In the days following this, we've had a lot of there was a synagogue attack, I believe, in Texas, and then there were some white supremacists in LA posting this shit on top of on top of a bridge over the 409, or no, the 505. That's what the big highway is there. And so at this point, I want to remind everybody that in his interview, Kanye said, Adidas will never drop me. He says, I can be as anti-Semitic as I want. Adidas will never drop me. I am not paraphrasing this. I said that word for word. The reason why I have a hard time finding a video for you is because Drink Champs scrubbed that clip from the fucking internet as best they can. And so Adidas, who is the company in charge of handling the Yeezy brand for Kanye West, says that they're looking into it after his Twitter got banned for his anti-Semitic comments. Of course, they fucking didn't. And then basically there was a giant a pressure campaign on Adidas to drop him, and as we have found out, as of I believe it was yesterday, Adidas has officially cut ties with Yee over anti-Semitic remarks that caused an uproar. Which, to be frank, which with this event will overall wipe out $1 billion out of Kanye's $2 billion net worth, because he made that much money off his Yeezys, which, on a personal note, I don't fucking get, because these are some dumbass, dorky looking shoes. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, Kanye West is obviously mentally ill. Nobody is arguing that, and his aversion to taking his medication, in his inability to govern the shit that comes out of his mouth, something that people like me, who has a propensity to say wild shit, unprompted, unasked for, and uninitiated, have all learned. I am very well known in my Discord community, but my friends, my family, my YouTube, for saying wild shit. And that's okay. But we all have to have indoor thoughts. And while I don't have the same indoor thoughts as Kanye does, obviously, I keep them under wraps still, and medication helps with that. Or therapy. I think therapy would do a lot to help him, this man, right now. But that is, in about 12 minutes, getting you all caught up with an entire week, entire months long of shenanigans with kind of like I wouldn't say the fall of Kanye. There's enough simps who still pretend like Kanye is still the graduation era. We'll see what ends up happening. Regardless, before you go, before you guys leave, I want to talk to you guys real quick about another catastrophic what's a good word? Explosion thing, whatever. I made this fucking shirt. It says "Failure is not an option," and it has the Challenger, the one that blew up, emblem on it. I have it on my Spring store. It'll be the link to it will be the link to that store will be down in the description. So, if you're interested, I think y'all might like it. I go up to I believe this one goes up to 5X. So, if you're a big dude, I got you fucking covered. And if you're a girl that just likes to wear baggy ass clothes like a dress when you're getting ready for bed, I got you covered too. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching me. I apologize for the more jankiness of this video. I had to change some things on the fly. Unfortunately, my Stream Deck, which I spent a smooth $100 on, is deciding to not work, and it is unbelievably frustrating and disappointing. But what can you expect? It's Elgato. They make garbage anyways. A big thank you to all of my members you see here for you right now, including Tobias of Tantalus and Professor Blue. They support the show for as little as $1 a month down below at buymeacoffee.com/HIMediaTV. Please consider doing so. I post occasional exclusive videos, updates, pictures, memes, things that I've created that I don't really feel like I want to share on other platforms. It's generally a good time, and you also get extra raffle tickets in the Discord giveaway every week. So get a free Steam game. Who knows? It might be you. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you. I have to go finish packing for this flight, and I have to go also vomit my guts out again. Oh my god. Best freaking ab workout in your life. The retching. Ugh. I'll catch y'all on the flip. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.